Hello everyone, welcome to the exciting session on STEM at NPL. My name is Anu. In next 15 to 20 minutes, I will share about NPL, tell a bit about me and my work, dive into some of NPL's interesting STEM projects, and explain on how STEM helps everyone. Finally conclude with inviting you to participate and end with a QA. Some of you might heard about NPL. For those of you who did not get a chance, NPL is a national physical laboratory with many campuses, with Teddington being the main location. I'm sure some of you might have passed the impressive white building on your way to Hampton Court and might have wondered what is behind that gate. Wondered what is special about this NPL. So let me start with a simple thought experiment on asking you, how do you tell time? What is the current time? As you all smart kids, you will say, that's easy. You will look your device like phone, clock, computer, Fitbit, etc. So the next question, where do this device get their time? Well, they get it from clock server around the world. So knowing you all, you might be already ahead of me, uh, thinking, where do this clock server get their time? And you guessed, it's right. It's come from NPL. NPL had a grandfather clock. No, it is called the atomic clock. And since 1955, we have been the timekeeper of the accurate time worldwide. To add more, we something called have atomic cesium clock. Remember the word cesium, which gives so precise time, and I can come back to more details if we get a question on how the clock works. If you see, a few weeks ago we had a daylight saving. Computer, phone, all got it updated without you having to lift a finger. Yes, those mechanical wall clocks and manual winding watches did need updating. So you see, with so many things based on time, accuracy, simple things like you getting to school, satellites advising pilots, GPS on sat nav, train timetable, flights. I know, I know, COVID is limiting that for now. So here we are. Is NPL an authority only an accurate time? That would do small. Well, we certainly do much more than that. We also are a group of very clever people, just like you all, who like to be very good in many things. And some of them you might already know. Can you see this? We are the keeper of many more units. It's called SI unit. These are international standards which are used by everyone around the globe. Think of it as a language of measurement. So when someone say a kilogram, everyone understand exactly what that mean. That means we are talking about weight. From this colorful circle of unit, SI unit, let me pick a few of them, say like this: kg is kilogram, m is meter, and s is second. And when you get to the senior school, you will meet the others like this: ampere, mole, Kelvin, etc. So kilogram, if you say a 100 grams of pick and mix will be same in New York or Sydney. Unless you go on a space, then it become even more interesting. But that is topic from some other time. Meter. When you visit a theme park, the height restriction of 1 meter is same for everyone, and they use NPL definition of SI meter. Apart from SI unit, we also have some ingenious scientists who are working on a very futuristic car. I know you have heard, or some of you already have a Tesla. This is an electric car. Yes, it needs to be charged regularly. But what about a hydrogen car? Haha, no charging needed. And emission is so clean that is pure water which can drink. Yes, you heard it right. The emission is like your water cooler, pure water that someone can drink. We also work on very groundbreaking quantum technologies, accurate measurement, international standards on Kelvin, etc. And we are very responsible towards sustainable environment, and our bright scientists are working on a project to reducing greenhouse gas emission as well. I hope that gives a good idea of how fun NPL is and why I like to work here. So that lead me to explain about me, both as a person and what I work on. So as I said, NPL is a great place with lots of wonderful things to learn, share, and make world a better place. And I'm really proud of myself working for NPL. Let me introduce you myself. I am Anubhai Sare, Assistant Research Scientist in Nuclear Metrology Group as a radiation chemist. So let me break it down to what it means as a radiation chemist. Working with a nuclear material sounds like scary stuff. As when you say the word nuclear, people associate with nuclear bomb, nuclear plant. But let me show you something.
Is radiation harmful?
Yes, dude, it is very, very harmful.
No, not every radiation is harmful. Radiation is basically energy traveling as waves or particles. It can be classified as ionizing and non-ionizing radiation. Non-ionizing radiation includes visible light, infrared rays, microwaves, radio waves, etc. Non-ionizing radiation is generally not harmful. Now, ionizing radiation includes gamma rays, X-rays, radiation given off by radioactive elements, nuclear power plants, nuclear weapons, etc. Although we are daily exposed to low levels of ionizing radiation, it doesn't cause any harm. However, exposure to high levels of ionizing radiation in a short period of time can damage the DNA in our cells, causing cell dysfunction or even cell death. Also, sometimes when the damaged DNA tries to repair itself, there can be a change or mutation in the genes, leading to uncontrolled cell division and thus causing cancer. High levels of ionizing radiation can even turn water in our body into hydrogen peroxide, which is really toxic. Thus, the ionizing radiation can prove to be very harmful.
So hope that gives you an idea that radiation can be good too. And let me tell you about me something. When I was on your age, I like to just enjoy playing with my friends all the time. In the rain or sun, it doesn't matter. Study wise, I liked maths and chemistry that I thought it could be very scoring subjects, and I scored very well on those subjects. It age 10, I don't know, I've just decided to learn dance and love copying the all TV artists and I've did a few years some classical dancing, but didn't achieve anything. Now moving to on my work. As I say, I worked as a radiation chemist. As you may have learned, in the science everything has a nucleus. On a daily basis, I support hospital in their cancer treating material, which is nuclear in nature. Hospital wanted to check their nuclear medicine activity. So my job to check that medicine on our ionization chamber, which is already standardized using our primary standard that measure the radioactive material, and using that data I calculate activity so they can use and give patient correct dose. We also work with a radiopharmaceutical organization to certify impurity using gamma spectroscopy. And as you see, like time and kg, we also set the standards for material, product, and items. So for my work also, we required all standards. So do all of these things. We have some really sophisticated instrument, machine, and equipment. One of my tasks is also to ensure the quality of those instruments is excellent. So by now would have grasped what I do, and let me share why I really love my job. I love my job because I get chance to learn lots of new technology, instruments like for my work ionization chamber, gamma spectroscopy, mass spectroscopy. Yes, they all sound big words, but when but think about it, when you get your hands on a new toy or in latest smartphone, you get the picture that it is very special. Also, my jobs give me satisfaction of sharing. Like now I'm talking to you all. NPL constantly organize sharing session both in office and external seminars. If I was sitting in your chair, I would be thinking, come on, there must be something Anu does not like about her job. And yes, there's some boring aspect of my job. They would not pay me if it's all fun. Few of those boring things are like lots of email. Sometimes I think I just emptied a new book in my inbox. And again, it's lots of emails. And oh, breaking down an instrument, impacting work, and sometimes long delays, cancellations, which I hated. But overall, if I did the math, the tiny boring things and lots of fun and will add to an exciting job. Well, enough about me. Let's talk important things like STEM. Most of you heard of the word STEM. It is a science, technology, engineering, and maths. And you would been involved in a STEM activity alongside your teacher or parents, doing lots of small experiments and activity. And I would like to share what NPL does for the STEM, followed by why we do it. As now we are the research and experimenting measuring organization, and every year we are involved in hundreds of outreach activities, meeting tens of thousands of people to share our enthusiasm for measurement, science, engineering, and technology. So, out of those, few of my favorites are I have chosen this few, and I will go into depth in each one and as to why I enjoy. And maybe you might feel encouraged to want to consider and take part in it. So water rocket challenge and measurement at home. So measure water rocket challenge. It's simple. Make water rockets and send it as far as possible. How hard it could be. Let's watch the video and see how much fun it is. You can see how many people are involved and how many schools are participating and different age group. Let me show you video.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yes, yes, y'all. Yes, yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. Yes, yes, y'all. Yes, yes, y'all. Yes, yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. Yes, yes, y'all. Woo! Start the party. Celebrate. I'm sick of nonsense. I wanna elevate. So people wanna look down their nose. They try to judge you. That's how it goes. Don't listen to them. Why sit and take it? This is your life. Get liberated. No one else is looking. Through your eyes. Who are they to? Try and criticize. We got to do the work. We need to ball out. This is game time. We going all out. All out.
So we saw NPL is the home of a school water rocket challenge. And we run other challenges like the space rocket design one as well. You must have heard this on TV program. Do not try this at home alone. This is exactly opposite of that. You can try all of these measurement at home experiment in your home. So here is I have link here. Let me dive into details of some of them. Which one would be fun? Can you see? Break a flake. And let's know more about why try break a flake. I'm guessing some of you and you can see the what you required here for the your experiment. All this stuff. I've just like a serial, a ruler, pencil, a scale, and blue tack and paper. And using all this thing, you can tell how much force is needed to break a serial. Let me show you in action.
Break a flake. We're going to see how much force is required to break one of these. You will need some pencils with a bit of blue tack. You'll see why the blue tack's there in a minute. A ruler to measure the width of these things. Some scales to measure the force required to break them, and something to jot down the results. So let's take some of these. It's useful if we have a nice flat one. We're going to measure the width of it. That's going to be the independent variable. That's the thing that we change. And there we go, take a note of that. Let's now build our force testing rig. The force is going to be the dependent variable, which is dependent on the width, I hope. We're going to put these together so that you can fit another pencil in between. Pop that on there and switch it on. We now let the thing zero and then start applying the force really, really gently at first and gently more and more until it breaks. Be really careful about noting exactly the point at which it breaks. And we write that down. Now, the results here are in kilograms, and we need to multiply this by a factor of 10 to get newtons. Okay? Now,
So I'm guessing some of your parents have said, do not play with your food. And here I'm saying the opposite. Now you can say, I'm doing a STEM project when you are crushing a cereal flag. And you will see all these are STEM activities. And And let me play a short video to demonstrate that many other things that you do is also STEM. I will hope this will inspire you. And you all see all these STEM activities. I only chose few of activities to give you a flavor of so many fun things we do. And I would encourage you to try a few at home. And when COVID permits, do come and visit us in Teddington. And when you get to senior school, and you can visit and join the NPL challenge and competition. You could run Laptastic, a teenage science workshop, host work experience student in our academy. Not only a student, we also offer teacher CPD program. So you would have got it that we have engagement for everyone and a wide range of resources for teacher and students. I hope in last 15 minutes you would have got a good understanding of many STEM activities that NPL does. And if there was only three things you wanted to take away, they will be NPL does things for everyday use, telling us right time. NPL team is contributing to community, researching on emission-free cars. NPL is a fun place to learn and grow by making water rocket or breaking a flake. At the end, next time when you look at the time, think of us at NPL as we are sharing accurate time with you. A huge thank you for your time. Thank you so much.